Hello everyone. It's been a while since I last did a video. My laurels. I've been working away and preparing that Let's Play Oblivion for you guys. But it's been a little hectic around here. If let's put it this way, if I had 5 hours a day, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, to do this, I could probably start doing the Let's Play within a week from when I started. But that's a full work week, and I didn't have that time. Bunch of times. I have family issues. My mother is ill with terminal sickness, and on top of that, we have lots of family visits, and so it's been busy. But that still doesn't mean I haven't been doing anything. I have to see. Before I do anything else, I just noticed something. So let's go here to my channel. As you know, the channel to Brian G shares his game time. That is what I had before. And the reason why I'm coming to my channel is because I have noticed that we go to my video manager, and then we go to analytics, and then we come down here to subscribers. I noticed that there hasn't been a lot of change, but if we go up to, let's see, hold on a second, last custom. So since the beginning of September, but a couple of you guys left. A few of you left, but a lot of you have come, and you basically stayed on, and that's why I'm here. It's because I want to thank you. I want to thank those who just recently subscribed, and I also want to thank those of you who have been holding on since September, since I start preparing this LP. Thank you for keeping me in your subscriptions. Overall, I want to thank all 125 of you for being so patient. I was talking to the people on the Demos forums about this other day, and they said that sometimes great things come when you wait for them, and I am working hard on this. Sorry about that. Okay, what was I saying? So yeah, I want to thank all of you for holding on, being so patient. All 125 of you. There we go. Yeah, 125. So that's first things first. The second thing is, now I've been doing this for a while, and I thought that, well, as I was doing it, I said, why don't I share some of what I've been doing with you? So that's what this video is about. I'm going to start sharing the things that I've been doing to prepare for the LP. This is called the Oblivion Role Play LP, whatever it's called, Prep. In this video, I'm going to be over the mods that I've installed. I have installed just for the Oblivion LP. Now, I want to say this. I think this is almost like a disclaimer, in that I've already been talking for a little while. I'm going to be talking for a lot longer. If you don't care about listening to me talking off the wall, meaning non-stop, about my mods, why I got them, why I like them, etc., then you can stop this video now and not watch anymore. However, if you have any interest in what mods I am using for my LP, any at all, you're going to be interested in the future, I want to watch this video, because I am not going to repeat myself. I am not going to put any intro about what the mods I'm using and why anywhere except this video. The boxes of the LP videos, they won't be in my channel. They won't be anywhere. So if you don't care, fine, but do not ask me. They will be provided a link to this video. I will share that information. Now, moving on. Because I've wanted so many mods for this LP, I have a reliable mod manager that I could use without much trust. Now, I was using Oblivion Mod Manager. That was the original mod manager. But I was having lots of trouble with it. Basically, you create your own mod. Once you downloaded the mod into your own mod, and if you don't do everything correct, you can have problems in the game, and it won't work for whatever reason. Mods to work. I wanted there to be very little problems caused by improper installation. And of course, if you installed it manually, it could be even worse if you made a mistake. It could like corrupt your whole game. So, as you can see here, I installed Nexus Mod Manager. I installed this not for me. I installed it just in preparation for the LP. However, this getting my system to the point where I playing, I needed some prerequisite updates for Windows XP. And I was just having lots of problems with it. I'm not going to talk about that right now, but if you want to know what the problems are, you can come to my channel page and click on Let's Play Some Games with Damo. That'll take you to Damo's community forums, and if you go down to general chat, you'll see here learn from mistakes, and this is where I wrote what was going on, what the problem I was having, what the anxiety it was giving me, with frustration I had. It was very... I'm through that now. Anyway, all that frustration, anxiety, and angst just for the LP that I'm doing for you. So I think it's going to be all worth it. So now let's load the manager. And I was actually introduced to this manager by another modder, actually a modder of Skyrim called Gopher. He created a series of videos on YouTube, which, let's do a shout out. It's a great series of videos. Skyrim Mod Sanctuary. He also has a couple of Let's Plays, but it's a great series of videos. And I learned about this from him. Okay. The mod manager. The mod manager is that, unlike Oblivion Mod Manager, you had to prepare an mod. This installs everything from you. You download it from the Nexus site and installs it. So here is the mod manager. Here is my list of plugins. And here is my list of mods. And you see, I got lots of mods. Now, didn't realize these were not installed. Hold on a second. So, I have lots of mods. Now, I'm not gonna tell you about all of them, but let's go through. The first ones I want to tell you about, if I can find them, have to do with disturbing. Here's Kavach Tent Hideaway. It has a little tent to the area for the Kavach sleeping area, so you don't have to go finding an inn. That's just for convenience. Same thing with Cloud Ruler Temple Room. And where is it? I don't see it. But I thought I had Kavach rebuilt. Yeah, it's there. Kavach rebuilt. I don't know why I don't see it in my mods. But I think I have another mod that I don't see. Actually, I didn't install it. I'm still gonna install it. It's a mod to rebuild the Mages Guild. I'm not gonna get into those, but those who have to do the Bruma Mages Guild, those have to do with quest lines. The Mages Guild quest line, the main quest line. I may or may not use that. I'm gonna have them on here. I may not use that. We'll see when I get up to those areas, because I'm gonna take all quest lines very slowly. It's gonna be a very long LP. Now, several of these mods are aesthetics, and I would have it in the game whether or not I was doing an LP. Here we have the village of Way, which makes it a little bit bigger. We have the waterfront market that adds a market to the waterfront. It's a little more. We have the Leywin docks adds docks to the Leywin, and the Braville docks adds docks to Braville. And then we also have all these unique landscapes. Now there are a lot more that I could install, but I didn't want to install all of them. These have to do with areas that I think needed modding. These mods added a little bit more roads. They added more to the outskirts of these cities, which makes them a little more realistic and enjoyable to go through. So we'll see these. Now, and same thing here, tunnel entrance, just add something in the tunnel. I think you've seen that when I was playing my Oblivion test play. I had that mod in there. And then this is a new mod. It adds a library to the garden district. And I think I know I have more in here. I just can't see them all. Anvil Bay expansion, yes. Anyway, so those are just all things. And I'd probably add a little more here and there. I'd probably have them in there whether or not doing an LP. Now, another thing that I would have in here, whether or not I was doing an LP or not, something that I can't live without, something that I had something like that in Morrowind, and if I got Skyrim, I would have the same kind of thing. It's called the Bank of Cyrodiil. It adds a bank, Cyrodiil, in the Imperial City Marketplace, and then it has some shops, keepers throughout Cyrodiil who could access the bank. And I just discovered that you could actually store things in the bank. Yeah, for a small fee, you could also secure a chest. Use a secure chest in the vault. That is very useful when you don't have a house yet. Unlike other people who buy every house available, I just buy houses that are not, for my characters, that are not super expensive, or they don't have to be top of the line, but they can't be slum. And so there are a lot of lower price houses that are like that, and so it's myself a house. And so because of that, I really like the the bank, the vault. So it's taking me so long. Sorry, it just didn't. It's really not organized in a way that I can see them all. So now let's see. There were several things that I don't have Skyrim. My computer can handle Skyrim, but there are some things that I wanted that Skyrim does that I have to have. And you know what about modding is that if the game doesn't have something you want, you can most likely find it in the mod. And here are the smithing mod and the ability to create your own weapons and armor, although I may not be doing a lot of that because I'm going to be a mage, but anyway, I have it in there. And one more thing, and if I can find it, I just saw it. I am losing it here. Yeah, cooking mod for so you can cook using ingredients. Okay. So the one thing I didn't like in Oblivion is that they took out my mark and recall spell, they took out divine intervention, and so as you can see here I have mark and recall and divine intervention. Now a lot of these mods, not a lot, but are environmental mods. Another mod that I had to have is Darnified mod that changes the UI so it looks a little bit better. I was actually playing with that when I was doing the test play. Several of these mods I haven't actually experienced yet. Not all of them. Several. Let's see. So, as I said, a number of them are environmental. I wanted us to make this, because I'm role-playing it, I wanted to make it as tactile, as real as possible, so that it has an emotional feeling to it. Sometimes scary, sometimes thrilling, sometimes tense. So, what I did is, first of all, I got Darker Dungeons and Nights mod. This does what you think. It makes dungeons darker and nights darker. And to add to that, I got this music pack for dungeons. I haven't experienced it yet, but I hope it'll add more atmosphere. And in the next coming week, like, actually not next coming week, but soon I'm going to release some videos where I'm going to go back into the game and share you experience these mods, some of these mods for the first time with you, and go over some ones that I really like that I've already seen. So that will be an in-game experience. So another one is the dynamic timescale. I really don't like the timescale of the game because it seems to pass too fast, and so this changes the timescale depending on what you're doing, what's going on, different dynamic things, and it makes the long journeys seem long, short journeys, dungeon delves. It just makes things seem more real, time-wise. Another of the problems that I had is that I would be standing there and I've been looking at it. Yeah, Oblivion doesn't have as great views as Skyrim has. It still has great views, even when you're outside the Imperial City. But you're looking out, and you should see some things there. I know that there's a fort on my right, a ruin on my left, a fort above that, maybe a little inn far to the left, and yet I don't see anything. All I see is maybe an outline of a road. So I looked and got this, which gives you those things to see. So now I not just so now I can not just know to get a sense of where things are just by looking, and it will enhance views. Of course, if it's way below where you are, vertically, you still won't be able to see it. It's too far below where your line of sight is. Okay. So, also for atmosphere, I got ambient inns, ambient town sounds, Bards of Cyrodiil, which adds a bard. I may not use that because it didn't do what I thought it would do. Because I like the bard singing in the Skyrim. They don't do really that, so I may uninstall that. But I'll leave it in for now while I'm showing you. And then I got natural interiors, which, and if you've been played Oblivion, and you've been inside those buildings, you know that what's outside isn't necessarily reflected on inside. There may be a storm outside, and nice, very dark, and the inside it's nice and light, and even though there are no lights coming from anywhere, and it's nice, and it's ambient light, and nice, and it's nice and quiet. Totally unrealistic, and yet during the daytime, sometimes it's darker than inside than it is outside, even though when you're by a window. And so what this does is it changes what's outside, inside, so you still have the atmosphere when you're running into an inn in a big thunderstorm. You still hear the thunderstorm outside when you come in, and when you wake up the next day, the sun is shining right above, the light is coming in the windows. The only problem, they did mention a issue with the Bravil Mages Guild, and I thought that the load order that I had and the patches that I had solved that issue. But I went to play the game. The moment I opened the door to the Bravo Mages Guild, the game crashed. So I have a choice. And I'm going to leave this choice up to you. You can... this is one of the things we're going to try out when I go into the play through the next videos. And that is, you could tell me, I want to know, is it worth enough? Because if I'm going to keep it on, I'm going to have to turn it off when I go to that particular Mages Guild to prevent that from crashing. In other words, I'll have to save the game before I go to the Bravo Mages Guild, turn that off, and then go back in, and possibly turn it back on after I left the Mages Guild. In Japan, I'm going to have to keep notes saying that I'll have to do this, but if it makes things better, then I will absolutely go through the hassle to do it. And I won't spend so much time in the Mages Guild, Rumored Mages Guild. It's only one guild hall, and there's so many other interiors I'm going to be going to. So try it out in a later video. So I do want you to tell me. Okay. And is there anything else? Of course, I love that you can have companions. In Skyrim, and I have Oblivion, I want companions because, or follower, whatever you call them, because I like having someone with me, especially if I'm a mage. So, again, anything can be fixed with a mod. So, I found a... I always lose them. Here, I found the Mercenaries mod. Now, I haven't tried this, but that's something that we may... we'll probably wait until the LP. Anything else that I want to tell you about? And finally, there's this Heaven's Wrath Weather Chain Spell. Now, I was just using it to clear the sky sometimes so that I could see, when I was in a position to see a great view, to see that view. But I think it would be useful for when I was... for when I show you the mods, especially the natural interiors mod, and I can change weather and see how that reflects inside. So it's a very, but I think I have two choices. I could use it as an easy version, which means I'll be able to buy it right away, or I can use it with the realistic version, which means I have to be a master expert level alteration to use it. And I won't be able to get it until much later. However, I think with the trials, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the easy so that we can do that. Anyway, so that is all my mods. And there's some ones that you don't need to know about. But, so that's all my mods. So to wrap this video up, there will be several videos coming to you in the next few weeks. First will be, as I said, an in-game video, some in-game videos, where I will be showing you in some of the mods that I installed, close up and personal, and there will also be some mods that I haven't actually experienced that will be experiencing together for the first time. And of course, this will still be before the Let's Role Play. After that, there will be some more prep videos like this, where I'll be talking about different things other things I've been doing. And for example, I created a spreadsheet for my use during the LRP, I call it, Let's Roleplay, and I will tell you what that is all about in another video. In all of these videos, you should be able to get a sense of how I will be role-playing my character. So thank you for watching this video. I hope this has gotten you revved up and excited for my LRP, which I promise, I absolutely promise to you, it will start around Thanksgiving. So have a good week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.